Hey, Heidi here, and we are here for day 2 of Flower Fest, and I am so excited because we are going to be painting Every Woman. So this is the painting I'm going to walk you through today, the Every Woman painting step by step, and we're going to be rapid fire asking, well, I'm not going to be asking, I'm going to be answering questions, and Bobby's here. You want to say? Oh, there he goes. He's here. He's in the house. And then also the last 10 minutes, I'm going to be walking you through how to book your paint parties. And this, I'm telling you, is worth all of this in gold. So if you watch this part, the last 10 minutes, you're not going to regret it because it can potentially change your life. And I know that sounds crazy, but the magic script is so cool. Okay, let me know if you were excited. I just want to share a couple of things that I saw from the group. Catherine Lay right here. Look at how she put dream big. Y'all know I am all about, I literally wore my dreamer shirt today. I am all about you dreaming big and taking action. So let's give Catherine a round of applause here for hers. And then also I wanted to point out Brenda Wilkerson painting at the lake. That's how it's done. Isn't that so cute? So I just wanted to give a couple of shout outs. And then I also wanted to remind you, you are 42% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down. Did you know that? 42%. So for those of y'all writing them down, Becky Kopp, she says she wants a trip to Ohio and paying off bills. Cindy Cody said a trip for airfare and more paint supplies. Y'all on y'all's trips. Y'all, I think we have kindred spirits because we are trip people too. Ren Harris says a new sink and vanity. And then her second one was pink boots, which, oh my gosh, yes, you need to do that. JC Johnson says car insurance, not loving that. But then she said, it's a necessity, but she needs it. And then she says new outfits for her first cruise. So high five to that. Awesome. Tammy Beck says new living room window and a new kitchen floor. And then we had Ginger Galloway post. She says, I went to bed yesterday thinking about the possibilities. I woke up energized and excited. Let's go. So let me know in the comments if that is you, if you woke up excited, if you're thinking about the possibilities of what could happen, how this could go. And here's the coolest thing. Again, I want to remind you so much for those of y'all that are going to take action today. Okay, just go ahead and put in the comments, I'm an action taker. Go ahead and just proclaim it, okay? I am an action taker. I see Kimberly on here, Loretta, Angela, so excited. Beth says, excited to be here. Got many compliments from yesterday's painting. Awesome. I am so happy you're here. Okay, so first off, let's give a round of applause. Oh, Bobby. Yes.
You gotta work on your let's go.
Let's go what? What do you mean?
Let's go. Let's go! She's excited.
Ginger and Bobby are very yelling.
Let's go. Woo!
I like it, Bobby. You know what? I'm going to write that on my arm. Today's message.
Let's go.
Is let's go. Let's just bet let's go.
Right.
Hi, BFF Denise. I need to share that story. That may be a story I will be sharing my bankruptcy story tomorrow. So for those of y'all that don't know me and want to know about my horrendous failure, please tune in tomorrow. But we're going to do this in honor of Ginger and her let's go. I don't want to lose my voice. I got a lot of talking to do. A lot of talking. Christine says, I am an action taker. Yes. Janelle wants to know, did Bobby have coffee today?
I got Monster.
He has a monster. Okay. If it's okay with you, can we just do another round of applause for the team? Paint Party Headquarters team, all around. They have been behind the scenes. Let's do a round of applause for the team. And oh, I love it. Thank you, Bobby. I need your energy. And I want to, if it's okay with you, I want to read a quick quote. Okay, this quote, I always try to find really great quotes from books, from different things, from podcasts, whatever. And this one really was one that I have shared multiple times. If you've ever watched some of my stuff, But it's one that I thought, especially with painting every woman, I thought this one was perfect. So if it's okay with you, please put yes, please share, or yes, I want to hear the quote, whatever it is, because this one is so meaningful to me, okay? So I hope that it's okay. Let's see, we got, yep, okay, good. Yes, awesome. Okay, great. Okay, awesome. I'm going to share the quote. Okay, it says, and again, every woman, we're painting every woman, right? So, mine as well. Okay, so we're going to do the quote. We're going to do the quote. We're going to do the quote now.
That was subtle.
I don't know else how to do it. Okay, all right, so we spend all our 20s and 30s trying so hard to be perfect because we're so worried about what people will think of us. Then we get to our 40s and 50s and we finally start to be free because we decide that we don't give a damn what anyone thinks of us. But you won't be completely free until you reach your 60s and 70s when you finally realize this liberating truth. Nobody was ever thinking about you anyhow. That's by Elizabeth Gilbert from Big Magic. Okay, so let me know if you have read Big Magic. Big Magic is such a great book, and it really will help you if you have been procrastinating, if you have been nervous about doing stuff. So I read that quote a few years back, and I'm going to go ahead and start with step one. And we are doing door prizes today. So I'll tell you that story in just a second, but let's go ahead and get a door prize winner, Bobby. If you want to pick somebody, we'll start a door prize, and then I'm going to start step one, and then I'll tell you why I started reading that quote.
All right.
Very, very exciting. I got some stuff for y'all.
I'm just going with the first one I see here is Kelly Huber, Huber. She said, let's go!
Oh, good job, Kelly. Yay. So Kelly Huber, if you will email support@texasartandsoul.com, we will send you a gift card. I have piles of gift cards over here. Oops. Piles of gift cards everywhere now. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. I know. I meant to get Michael's and then I got sidetracked. Okay, so we're going to start with step one. So yesterday, if you watched yesterday, you kind of heard my, start to a paint party and all of that great stuff. But what we're going to do is start with step one. And what I may have, and again, here's the step-by-step instructions. So you can start with painting the yellows around the girl. Okay, so it's kind of the same thing we did yesterday. So I'm not going to go into too much detail other than I'm going to grab a flat brush and then I'm going to start painting my rays. So I'll get my oranger color. And again, I had to substitute. So I am using an orange twist for the sun in some of the rays. So I'm going to start painting the sun. And then I'm just going to kind of pick a few of the rays that I want to be the orange twist, and then that way we can kind of talk, and then in just a second I'll start rapid fire paint party questions, okay? So I'm going to start painting this in, and the reason I wanted to tell you about that quote, and let me know if that quote kind of means something to you. I read that in my 30s, like probably mid 30s, and when I read it, I immediately thought, wait, if that's what it's like, why don't I start having that attitude right now, like in my mid 30s. And so I think that's one of the big things that allowed me to start a business and not care what anybody else thinks. Because I don't know if y'all know this, but 60% of Americans have a side hustle. So if you're thinking, oh my gosh, people are going to be embarrassed, they're going to look at me and they're going to say things because I'm doing something different. Guess what? 60% of Americans have some kind of side hustle where they're making, whether it's a couple $100 extra a month or a couple $1,000 a month. So you're not alone. Over half the country is doing that to make extra money for their family, for pink cowboy boots, all of that, okay? So let's all just take a collective deep breath and know that we're not alone. Oh. Bobby's got his breath going strong this morning as let's go. How many monsters did you have?
Just this one.
Just one. Maybe I need to switch from coffee to monster.
Yeah.
Woo, so collective deep breath and know we're not alone. Okay, so we are going to rapid fire. Justy has pink cowboy boots. I do too.
Questions that come in.
And I love them. Okay.
Lots of great comments, but not a lot of questions just yet.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and ask your questions. So we got Tori. She says, here's a question, Heidi. How do you do paint parties with different painting options? Oh, painter's choice. So painter's choice, sometimes like today, you're going to realize like how easy it is to book a paint party. Then the next step is butts in the seat, marketing, right? I learned years ago that when you are just now sick and tired of hearing yourself talk about it, they are just now hearing it. So for example, how many times do you think I said the word Flower Fest? Come to the Flower Fest. Be a part of the Flower Fest. That's why there's 2,000 of you here. Because I said it over and over and over again until I was sick and tired of talking about it. Y'all were just now hearing it, right? We have to keep talking about it. So a lot of times what you do is you'll have a painter's choice. So for example, my paint party next month is the flowers and the porch sign. And I did that on purpose so that I would have kind of the same colors, but I would also have people who, oh, maybe they don't want to paint a canvas, but they really want a porch leaner. Or people who don't really want a porch leaner, but they want to paint a canvas. And because of that, I'm able to get more painters. And then all I do is I print these beautiful things out. So I'll actually print these out. Oh, did I put my boob in the paint? I'll print these things out and I'll actually give them to the painters. And then you can have, you know, I actually recommend if you've never done painter's choice to only do 2. I've done all the way up to 5, and I will tell you it is a little bit chaotic. So really try to stick with 2, maximum 3, but if you're brand new at this, 2 is plenty.
Very cool. You ready for another question? I take by your pause.
Oh, sure.
All right.
No bit of sarcasm in any of that.
Diane Marie Sparks Justice asks, do you take hair dryers to the parties?
So I did once, and I learned my lesson because it shorted out a margarita machine.
That's horrible.
It was bad. They were not happy campers. So I actually do not take hair dryers because here's the deal. If I say, hey, we're going to paint the sun and this part's going to take, 2 songs, by the time they're done with it, like it's going to start to dry. Okay. So we're a lot faster painters just because we've been painting and we're practicing, but they're not going to be as fast. So I'm not going to rinse my brush, but I'm going to go ahead and go to the buttermilk color, the lighter, and I'm going to bring that in right here beside it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fill in buttermilk here and then maybe a buttermilk here. So you can see I'm doing it a little bit different than I'm doing there, and that's totally okay. So yeah, don't worry. The way we kind of step by step this is we try to have it. And then if it comes time where they do need to do something and it's still wet, I'll say, okay, everybody stand up, go walk around the room. We're going to have a 10-minute break, and then we just let it dry in 10 minutes.
All right. Great answer.
Oh, well, thank you.
Next
Thank
question
you.
is from Wendy
Thank you,
Stella.
Bobby.
Yeah. Well, I'm right here. I don't have to comment. I could just say she's asked a couple of times, so I'll put it out there. This is going to be kind of a trick question for you. She says, what's the supplies like for Canada? I don't even know if you know that. And she said, it's my biggest deterrent from starting in person.
So we actually, inside of Paint Party headquarters, for those of y'all that have already joined, thank you so much. We're so excited to help you even more. For those of y'all that are in Paint Party headquarters, just do a hashtag PPHQ so we know where you're at. But we have like a list like for international because it is different. I know, like, for example, some people have to go to, I don't remember the name of the store, but any of y'all from Canada, if you know your names of your craft stores, also I know you can still get Amazon through Canada, so there are those options too. But we kind of have like a international, because we have people in Paint Party headquarters that are from Australia and things like that. So I do know that there's different ways, but here's the thing I know for sure is that there's still paint in Canada. There's, people who want to paint in Canada. We had somebody who, in our group, Richard, who's from the UK, and there's not a lot of paint party places in the UK. So he's able to, kind of like monopolize that area in effect, where he has several, and he actually hires artists to do a lot of the paint parties, because he always says he's not really the artist. So there are potential of, you know, if you're in a different country, I know most of y'all watching, and you can let us know where you're from. I know most of y'all watching are from the United States. But I mean, you know, you just need acrylic paint. You don't have to have, you know, deco art paint. You just need some acrylic paint and a let's go attitude, really.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm going to mix this a little bit with that other yellow just to get a different version. So I haven't washed my brush yet. I'm going to use the buttermilk with that gold. What was it called? Let me tell you. Sunset Gold. I'm just going to mix a little bit with that. And then I'm going to go ahead and get that last ray right here.
Way to go.
Bobby. Oh my gosh.
Just goofing.
You're just
New boot goofing.
New boot goofing.
Yeah. All right. Janelle Strong. She asks,
Hey, Janelle.
Do you seal your porch leaners since they are outside in the elements?
Yes. However, like, okay, so here's the deal with porch leaners and any wood, because we do a lot of door hangers too, which I saw, was it, I think it was, yeah, Brenda, she actually cut hers into a door hanger. See
Wow.
that? Isn't that cool? She cut hers into a door hanger. So, so yes, what you want to use is a polyurethane that has UV protection. But a lot of times, depending on the situation, like if you're inside a restaurant, you're not going to want to be spraying polyurethane. And sometimes polyurethane is so sticky for a while that a lot of times I'll say, okay, just make sure you go to Lowe's, go buy you a $10 thing of polyurethane, UV protectant, and spray it on there. So I'll just tell my painters what to grab and what to get. So you don't feel like you have to. Now, we also teach a lot of ceramics, like really, really cool ceramics. From Christmas trees to, I have this brand new one I hadn't even showed Paint Party Headquarters yet. And this pumpkin with a witch in it that's really, really cool. Hopefully I'll get it painted soon, but it's coming. But anyway, if I have a ceramics party, a lot of times I'll go outside with them and then I'll just put it on the grass and I'll do a quick spray and then I'll just have them pick it up from the bottom and just be really, really careful with it. So yes, you can do it where you spray it outside for them, or you can just not, just say, hey, make sure when you go home to spray it. But the reason I spray for ceramics versus the wood is the ceramics, it just pops. Like it feels, it's not exact. Oh, hey, Teresa. Hey, Faye. It's not exact, but it has that feeling of it being fired. Now, I know if you're a ceramic person right now, you are probably cussing me under your breath, but in a make and take type of party, the ceramics, you're just doing a spray of polyurethane. It's not a firing process. Okay, so let me go ahead and do the next step. So right now, the second step is mix a skin tone color that you like. And then go ahead and do one layer, and then we're gonna have to do a second layer for the skin tone. It just looks better when it has two layers, okay? So here's the thing. Every woman, you can pick the skin tone you want, any colors that you want. We recommended some burnt sienna, raw sienna. I'm actually going to use a mix of raw sienna with a hint of buttermilk and just kind of get, again, I'm not the best at doing skin colors, so here's what I'm going to do. And again, you want to just play around and mix the colors up. Another thing you can do too, whenever you do this party, is you can actually go to the store and buy different colors that are close to a skin color. So then you can just kind of have them ready, okay? So I want you to just grab your round, okay, your round brush here, and we're using the same brushes as yesterday. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a raw sienna. I'm gonna pull it over to the side, a little buttermilk. I'm gonna kind of put that together. And then I might even grab just a touch of the yellow. And then another thing you can do, and this is where it can get a little tricky for people. So if you don't have a color that's mixed, if you don't have a color that's straight out of the bottle that you like, you may have to kind of practice with mixing and get some of these ready. And that's okay, because like I'm just gonna grab a little yellow, and I might, just for fun, a little touch of pink. Because if y'all see my face, I'm kind of always reddish, you know? Skin colors can be tricky. So if you can get any of that beforehand, ready to go, it's better. So I'm just kind of doing the same process, a little buttermilk, a little bit of this, a touch, touch of yellow. Okay, and again, this is a cartoon kind of version, so don't be too harsh on yourself. Okay, so see how I'm just kind of starting to put that on there? And now I'm going to go right over my eye lines. I'm not going to go over my mouth, but I'm going to go over my nose. Because it's in Sharpie, I'll be able to see it. And then the tricky part is, if you're not real good at color mixing, and again, this is another reason why at a paint party, I would kind of just have some skin colors ready. Okay, just kind of have them ready in 1 ounce. Because look, I'm starting to run out and I still have to do all of this and all of this. So imagine you're painters. And again, a paint party, most importantly, is about just being prepared. So really, it doesn't mean like, oh my gosh, you know, you just know, okay, I mixed that amount and I'm going to need a little bit more. So what I would do is just go ahead and mix that, especially if you're brand new, go ahead and get the mixture you like and have enough so you don't run out. So like I'm almost run out. So you're going to see what you do if that happens. Real-time learning. Okay, and make sure you're grabbing. Make sure you're kind of getting it full coverage. And then if you have it, actually this is pretty thick. So I might not have to do a second coat on this. Okay, new rule. You're gonna have them put it on real thick, so hopefully there is no second coat needed. Okay, so now that I've run out of this, what I'm gonna have to do is grab the buttermilk, grab a little bit of raw sienna, grab the buttermilk, a little bit of raw sienna, a touch of yellow, and just a touch of pink. Okay? And then see how it's a little bit of a different shade? So I need a little bit more of this. And then we're going to just start filling this in. And here's where you'll find the artists that are there painting. They'll get crazy with the shading. They could put a little bit darker here to go right under the neck. So the neck kind of pops a little bit more. And here's where you can like really have a lot of fun. And I'll say that in my paint party, like, hey, you know, if you want to, you know, get crazy and do a little bit more shading, that's totally fine. But we're kind of just going to color block it. The reason why is because this part is can really stress your painters. So they're here having a fun, you know, little cocktail, and the next thing you know, they're like, oh, I'm doing color theory, you know, and it can be a little overwhelming. So we want to be cautious with that and really just kind of have that color ready for them. Okay, so have a few skin colors ready and just have them put it on pretty thick. All right, so let's rapid fire some questions. Paint party questions, make sure you submit them. And let's go ahead and do a door prize first. And so Bobby, if you want to pick, and then we'll do more questions.
All right, we'll just go with the one I was about to ask this question from. And it's, I hope I pronounced it right, but I think it's Chantre. It's spelled S-H-O-N-T-R-E-S, Miller. Chantre Miller?
Chantre? Yeah, it might be Chantre
Right.
Miller. Okay, you are the winner. So if you'll email support@texasartandsoul.com, we'll get you a gift card. Awesome. Okay, what's your question?
So she asked, is if she opts to do a paint and sip type of party, does she need to have an alcohol license, or can she just tell them to bring their own, or is it just not a good idea altogether?
Okay, so do not provide alcohol for people unless you have like, unless you're working with like a winery. So a lot of times, I mean, I've done this before, and we have a lot of people who, you know, do this on a monthly basis. They'll work with a winery where their ticket is $45 instead of $35. But with that, because they're at that winery, they're going to get a glass of wine with their ticket price. Okay. So I always say, like, if the place is given the glass of wine, that's fine. I never bring wine or beer or anything for them to drink, like from me. But if it's part of the ticket, that's totally fine. So you don't need to go get a liquor license, any of that. A lot of the times you're having your events at a clubhouse where, you know, they have a restaurant, they can go grab a drink if they want. But I'm telling y'all, you know, I know a lot of these are where people will drink, but a lot of times they're not. You know, I do have a clubhouse that I have where they'll say they could bring their own in. And most of the time people are bringing tea or a cup of water, like they're really a bottle of water. So it's not, you'll be surprised how many like people come into your parties. It's not, unless it's like a restaurant where it's a winery or brewery, they're not heavily drinking. You know, it's not a heavily drinking type event. So yes, I wouldn't worry too much about that. And yeah, do not go get your liquor license. That's not necessary.
Very good. Kathleen Stockdale, she says, I teach online and deliver outlines through Dropbox, but there's always a few people that can't seem to open Dropbox. Any other suggestions for delivering the traces or outlines? Yes,
we just recently in Paint Party headquarters, our team, which again, round of applause for the team, spent several months putting every single thing, because we have hundreds of designs inside Paint Party headquarters, and they spent months putting everything into a new system called Air. So it's air.inc, and basically it kind of just helps people who are struggling with Dropbox. So that may be an option for you. So again, those of y'all that are doing online, remember, that is another option. So if you're like, I really am excited about doing this, but I really want to just do this online, that is another option, okay? So, and we just, you know, we have Dropbox, but just like you said, we have a lot of people that struggle with Dropbox. So we made a solution. And so we have a lot of where you can just go straight to Air and download it.
All right, next question is coming from Faye May, and a similar question from Brittany Anderson. So I'm going to kind of put them together here. Do you buy your paints in bulk, is what Faye May asked. And then Brittany Anderson asks, is there anywhere you can buy canvases in bulk? Like Hobby Lobby, you know, only has so many per pack. So where do you buy yours in bulk, I guess is what she's asking.
Canvases in bulk and paint. Okay.
We'll probably talk about paintbrushes too, because we got that yesterday a lot.
Awesome. Okay, so before I answer that question, because I already have, I have kind of a gray-headed woman. Here's black hair, and then I also have a blonde. I'm actually going to do a redhead today, okay? So for my redhead, I'm going to grab, I kind of want to do pink hair.
Strawberry.
Yeah, let's see some pink in it. And if y'all notice on the flowers, I'm actually going to do her, did I miss part of the sun? Oh, thank you. Good catch. Thank you so much. Okay, so right here, I'm going to do a little bit. I'm going to do this, and then see the flowers. I'm actually going to make the flowers like that, okay? So I'm going to do a red hair. So I'm going to make it kind of funky though. So let me pick that out real quick. Sorry, Bobby. I was thinking, I think I threw out my bag.
Just now?
Yeah.
You didn't do anything.
When you get in your 40s, you just all of a sudden just throw stuff out by walking. Let me stretch it.
You have a strawberry over here.
Do you?
That's what you're looking for.
Well, I'm thinking a little
darker.
with some strawberry.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of have fun with this. Okay,
custom colors.
Algerian crimson. I know this is not on the list, so don't be mad. But I'm gonna just do a fun burgundy.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about being kind today.
Oh, we have not. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we need to talk about being kind. Real quick, we have so many things to talk about. Okay, so just a reminder. Okay, so if you are in this Flower Fest or you are in Paint Party headquarters, my non-negotiable is be kind, okay? Non-negotiable. So I just want to remind everybody, as you are posting, as you are behind the keyboard, we are real people. And I know a lot of you are brand new to painting, to creating. And, you know, it may seem like somebody's asking a question and you're like, oh my gosh, that's so dumb, right? Well, it's not dumb to us. It is not. Like, we really, really care that you are asking the questions that you're asking. So please, like, you can go a million places and be mean, but we are non-negotiable here. We don't put up with it. We just basically ban and block. So if you're, behind the keyboard thinking I'm just going to be a jerk, like our team is on it, and we're pretty fast to get those people out because we want and we do take it so seriously. I'm like a mama bear, and I don't put up with it. I just don't. And so I want you to know right now, if you're behind the keyboard and you think that it's okay to be a jerk, it's not okay. And we're very, very strict on it. So I just want you to know that we love you. And if you have like kind of a bad attitude, we get it. I used to be the most negative person ever. Here's a true story. Bobby, seriously, like I had no idea how negative I was. And one day he said, if you won the cash lottery, you would complain. Like if you won the lottery, you would complain because it was the cash option. And I was like, what are you talking about? I seriously was like, what? And he's like, you complain about everything. And I was like, no, I don't. Like, I didn't even know I did it. That's how negative I was. And I just seriously was so negative. And so I just wanted a PSA real quick. If you are being negative, it's not allowed here. Like type that somewhere else and then delete it, and keep it to yourself because words are powerful. And here in Paint Party headquarters, here in the Flower Fest, you can go a million places and be a jerk. But this is not one of them. So if you were like me, where you complain about the cash option, you notice the first thing is going, oh my gosh, I seriously, like maybe my words are always negative. And it didn't happen overnight for me to go from being negative to now very positive. But I still have to work on it. There's still times where all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, like why am I being a jerk? But I have to work on it, all the time because our nature can happen. So just a quick thing, no ugly comments, right? No ugly comments. Go do that on another page. Go to Twitter. They do it all the time on Twitter. You can go over there, but not here. We're painting pretty things and making money doing it. So that's what we're about. Okay, so I'm going to add this and make kind of a reddish, pinkish color.
Don't forget your sun ray.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Two times. Okay, let me get my sun ray. And then I used all my buttermilk. Dang it. Oh my gosh.
Make a biscuit.
I know. We should get those burritos for tomorrow. Oh. You want to get those burritos?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be a great task for Pixie.
Oh, we could get Pixie to pick us up burritos.
Yeah, nobody tell her. We're going to surprise her with it.
We're going to surprise her with it. Isn't that the beauty of when your teens get their driver's license? At first, you're so terrified, and then you're like, hey, can you go grocery shopping and pick up burritos?
That's the best.
Yeah, she does a lot of, the other night, what was it? We were like, dairy-free creamer and cheesecake. I needed the dairy-free creamer, and Bobby needed cheesecake. She brought a bunch.
Yeah.
She did the job right.
It was herself some ice cream.
And her ice cream. Yeah, a lot of dairy and non-dairy products. Okay, so what I'm going to do is kind of mix these colors so y'all can watch, and then I promise I'm going to answer that question about bulk canvases. Okay, so I'm just going to grab this and just paint it on there, and then I'm going to actually just play with it by using some of these pinks, okay? So I'm going to make me like a red, oopsie. Oh, so if you get something on there, if you have a baby wipe, you can just like literally get it right off of there.
You don't have any baby wipes.
I know, it's in that closet right there. The ceramic closet.
We'll show you. Grab those then.
Yeah, we'll show you.
All right.
Thank you, Bobby. Okay, so back to the bulk canvases, okay? All right, can everybody pinky promise about the no meanies? Pinky promise? Let's pinky promise. It is better, Kathy, to be kind. Again, I'm very protective of that, and I don't allow it. So I'm telling you, if you're on there thinking, oh, I'm going to have fun with this and go crazy, you'll be blocked pretty quickly. And I don't mind. I can refund your money if you're upset about it. I just don't care because we don't allow it. So I used to, early on in my online career, I used to allow that stuff. And now I'm just at a place where there's not enough time on this earth to deal with that crap. So just a heads up. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go right here. Good. Pinky promise. Yay. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to add this in here. And then what we're going to do is talk about, bulk canvas?
And brushes and just your bulk supplies that you buy.
Okay, so y'all, I cannot beat Michael's Artist Loft bulk canvas packs. I mean, seriously, if you can go on Michael's online, a lot of times you can't even get them in the store anymore. You can't get them in the store anymore. They want you to actually buy them in bulk because Michael's is kind of starting to be set up more for people like us that are doing things in bulk. So you just go to Michael's and there's a section for, I can't remember what it's called. I know y'all can help me out. There's like an actual tab. And then just order your canvases there. They end up running about $2 a piece. They're very, very inexpensive. So I grab my canvases there. I know sometimes people use Jerry's Artorama. That I've used them before. I've used Blick. All of that. But honestly, y'all, Michael's, I kind of know what to expect. I know they're always going to be there. So I just always order them there. Then as far as paints go, when you're in Paint Party headquarters, you do get a 50% off coupon every single month. We have a new code that's part of one of the advantages for those of y'all that want to be a part of Paint Party headquarters. And we'll talk about that later in the week too, for those of y'all that are interested in knowing what that's about. But you get 50% off of paints every single month. So we have a coupon code that we change out. And so that's really the Deco Art. I love their Americanas, their Americana paint. However, when I first started, and again, I teach a prop at every party. You don't need easels. You don't need aprons. You don't need everything at first. Like get over the fact that you think you have to have everything in line first, because it's not true. So I didn't have easels. I didn't have aprons. I didn't have any of that stuff at first. Then I just started, as I would have a profit, I would add to it. So I would go to Walmart and I would go, okay, I got this painting, and I would know, okay, I'm going to go buy the Apple Barrel, the Craft Smart that was 50 cents for an acrylic. I think it's still that price. It is a little thinner, so I don't love it as much as I love what I'm using today. However, it's something you can use while you're getting started. Again, I just get started. And then brushes, we talked about this a lot yesterday too. I have wholesale people that I recommend inside of Paint Party headquarters. But basically what you need is a 1-inch flat, a 6 or 8 round, and then a liner brush. And then a lot of times if I have bigger parts on a party that they need to do like a porch leaner, I'll have this right here. Okay, I'll have this chip brush. So I literally stick with those styles of brushes over and over again, because I want to make sure that every time I have a party, I just kind of go with those every time. So, okay, so this redhead girl, I want to add like some of these light pink streaks. So I'm just using the dragon fruit now, and I'm dabbing, and I'm just going to add some streaks in her hair. Oh my gosh. Do y'all like the red? Any redheads out there? I'm loving this red. This red with pink is making me so happy. Remember, you don't have to paint the color of hair you have. You can make it turquoise. You can do whatever you want. I have a self-portrait in my office, and I made my hair turquoise because I love turquoise. Okay, awesome. All right, let's do another question. Oh, you want to do another door prize?
Sure. Let's go with, I'm going to go with Kathleen Stockdale.
Kathleen Stockdale. Let me write her name down. Awesome. Congrats. Let's give her a congratulations.
And she made a comment. She said, Heidi, so important. I met you in Toronto in 2019 as you were getting off a boat excursion. Aww. And I immediately sensed your authenticity and kindness. You were with your art buddies, but you took time to speak with me, a total newbie.
Aww.
Cool.
Kathleen, we go way back. That's awesome. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah. Oh, that's so awesome.
Okay, next question comes from Brittany Anderson again. And she's saying, is a website and booking site important to have for booking? I can't spend too much to start up. Even $50 a month would be a lot right now.
Yeah, it is not important yet. So again, you can get fancy later. I promise you. And Kathleen, don't forget to email us at support@texasartandsoul.com. You can get fancy later. Right now, what I want you to do is you're going to book a party, okay? And let me go to the next step real quick. I'm actually going to paint her. Do you think I should go Sweet Mint?
You're asking the wrong. I'm not the artist.
Y'all, should I go sweet mint on her top? Let me know what y'all think. Sweet mint or purple. It's up for interpretation, so let me know. I'm going to go ahead and get her tank top painted, and then her earrings, this greenish color. It's like a dark green. Ooh, she said yes. Yes, mint. Okay, good. I'll do sweet mint, and then I'll do the green for the earrings. What was the question?
She was asking about using a website or website. But the next question is also kind of the same. Like, what do you use for payments and signups?
Okay, so here's what I want to tell you about trying to get fancy at first. So today here...
Call it being fancy?
Being fancy.
We're
not going to get fancy at first. What you're going to do today is you're going to use the magic script to book your parties. Now, here's the thing, and I'm going to tell you this, and later you can change, you can add, you can do all of that. But you can literally use a PayPal link or a Venmo link for people to pay you for your first party. So almost everybody has Venmo now, or Cash App, right? Almost everybody has PayPal. So you can actually create a link for them in PayPal, or a link for them and, send them your information for Venmo for prepays. Because again, you're going to book these parties, but it is all about prepays. You do not want to go, well, 12 people say they're coming, so I'm going to set up for 15, but you have not got any prepays. You're going to be sitting there alone that night, because I've done it. And if you're in the comments now and you've done it before, we've all learned that mistake the hard way, thinking, oh, they said they're going to come. If they haven't paid yet, they're not coming. That's just the hard truth. So you want to do prepays. So don't get fancy yet. There will be a time later when I'm like, yep, maybe go this route, maybe do this. But for right now, when you're first starting, my hope for you is, number one, just to get these painted. Number two, my hope for you, which I've seen so many of y'all do this beautifully and way prettier than I'm doing. So congratulations, you're doing awesome. Then my hope for you is to actually take action tonight, today, when I show you how to do the step-by-step for the magic script, okay? To actually do that and book a party. And if you're too nervous to do that, just today, this week, sometime, grab a family member, grab a friend, a neighbor, a passerby, and say, hey, can I teach you this painting? And literally just get started. Because what happens, and I see it over and over again, because I tell people, take action through fear. Every time I do these events even, and my paint parties now in person, my husband always says, he's like, why are you nervous? And I get nervous every time. And it's because I care. And, yes, does it get easier? Yes. But there is still that moment where all of a sudden I'm just like freaking out for a minute, because I'm putting it about me instead of about you. And once I change the narrative, oh my gosh, let me help you, the nerves calm. It gets better. But you don't need to go, get a website right away. You don't need to have everything built out. No, just send the magic script today to 5 people like I'm going to tell you. If somebody says, yep, I want to book, then go, okay, next step, I'm going to figure it out. Like when you put yourself in that position and you go, okay, this has happened, now I got to figure it out. I promise you're going to be able to figure it out. And, especially for those of y'all in this, in this group asking questions, again, on Friday, I'm going to be in a Zoom with you answering your questions. And you're going to learn so much, between now and Friday. If you just take notes, treat this like a class, treat it like a legit class. I'm just mixing the dragon fruit with a little bit of white. And I'm going to make my drink here, my little pink drink here. So you can make yours into margarita or whatever you want.
You missed part of her hair.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, I just noticed it.
Oh, here. Yeah. Dang it. I'll go back.
It's all right.
It's all right. So
I'm not judging,
you as the paint party teacher, that's one of the big jobs we have, is we walk around and go, don't forget the sun ray. Don't forget this. But yeah, on Friday, the Zoom that I'm going to be face to face with you, having a cup of coffee, is going to be an hour long at 11 and an hour long at 7. So I'm not going to be painting. I'm literally going to be there answering your questions as fast as possible. That's what I'm there for. So again, for those of y'all that, decide you want to go into Paint Party headquarters, you're going to have endless trainings, endless stuff. But if you're like, hey, I'm not ready for that yet, come to the session on Friday. Okay. You're going to get so much information. I promise.
Awesome. I'm so excited.
Are you?
Yes.
Are you?
I get so much. It just makes me, we get all the stories about the success people are having.
Yeah.
And I just love that.
I do too. It's crazy because we know, Bobby knows this very well because he's been a part of it. Paint parties legit have changed our life, have literally changed our life. And I saw a comment, somebody said something about the competition. And here's, I tell this story and I want you to I know you'll never look at the bread aisle again the same way, but people get so nervous about competition. And I want you to picture the bread aisle, okay? The bread aisle. How many breads would you say are in the bread aisle?
50?
No, it's more
100? I don't know.
It's probably 100.
A whole wall of bread.
It's insane. Next time you go to the grocery store, I put a little bit of pink there. I want you to go look at the bread aisle and just think of that from a business perspective. Seriously, I know it seems crazy, but you are going to see probably 100 different types of bread, including gluten-free, including, sesame seed, including flatbread, round bread, everything. So, because there's all those breads there, they're in business. People are going to fall in love with you for the way you do your paint parties. Competition is a good thing. That means we're still relevant. That means people still want to do this. But the reason why I teach you how to do this mobile, which I know we have people that, want a studio and have a studio, but I really teach mobile because I want you to be able to pivot in any economy, any circumstance. For example, all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I need to do kits or I need to do this online. Yeah, keto bread, right? Like every kind of bread. Just like we are different types of people. Some people are going to come to your party and fall in love with you and want to come back because of the party that you're creating. Some people are going to, fall in love with you because maybe you're funny. Maybe you're like Julie, who always has fun little jokes. I'm not as funny as Julie, but she's really funny and she can come up with some fun jokes. But things like that. There's going to be things just like in the bread aisle. There's a bread for everybody. There is a paint party person for everybody. So don't worry about competition. There's going to be so many. Once you start to see this, and again, me and Bobby have been doing this for almost 20 years. There's a lot of different things in 20 years in this paint party adventure we have done, from murals to painting, on, porch leaners to doing kits to doing, oh my gosh, graduation caps. Just endless things that we have painted on. Well, that I have painted on. You've done some. I wouldn't say you've done a lot of the painting, but
no.
Always the support. Great support. Okay, I'm going to use the strawberry to do the straw. And then I'm just going to go with the strawberry and the green to kind of get the umbrella. So I'm just basically kind of just painting this in like basically a paint by number. So let's just paint by number real quick while we answer a few more questions. And I'm going to because this is seriously just color block, color block on the lips, color block on the stuff like that. I'm just going to start answering some questions while we're color blocking.
I could so hear Forrest Gump's voice listing all the shrimps when you're talking about the breads. I thought that's where we were going with it.
Oh, what lesson would that be? I like it.
I don't know, but there's a lot of breads. That'd be a fun game to play.
Oh, yeah, like shrimp.
Yeah, I call it shrimps. All right.
That's funny.
Joanne Muir, she says, what about people that are not on Facebook but would still like to participate? Can you do it from any website at the same time?
As far as having a paint party business?
I think if you're going to be doing an online paint party.
Yeah, you can do it from
Facebook and another.
Yeah, so I've done corporate events through Zoom. So it was basically, they emailed me because they found me on YouTube. So they emailed me and said, hey, we would like to hire you for a corporate event. So it never went through Facebook. Everything was through Zoom and everything was through email. So yes, again, there's endless, like just, I'm obviously here to give you tips and help you out as much as possible, but there's no right or wrong way. You can do this 1,000 ways. I'm just here to support you as much as I can. Because again, the starving artists crap, I don't subscribe to it. And I highly recommend that you don't either. Because you don't have to be a starving artist. I've seen it time and time again, how much money that you artists can make when we stop subscribing to it can't happen. Artists don't make money. Because that is bull crap. I'm passionate about that topic. I don't know if you can tell.
Let's move on.
Let's move on before I get fired up. I'm going to get real fired up on that one.
All right, Celeste Payne. She says, what do you do with your extra canvases when people don't show up? And she says hers are all prepaid. And also, do you sell your demo paintings?
Oh my gosh, yes. So a lot of times people will ask to buy my demo paintings. And if I don't have a party happening like that next day, because a lot of times at Christmas, we're booked out. And again, people think you need a zillion paintings. You do not. You just need a couple of really great ones per season. And so a lot of times I'll be teaching the same painting at 4 parties in 1 week. And so one time I had this scenario where a guy wanted to buy, he came in to check on his wife at a country club, and he wanted to buy one of the Christmas paintings I was doing. And I think his wife's was like, it was decent, but he was like, oh, I really want, to have this one. And so I was like thinking about it, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so I have a paint party in 2 days with this exact painting. If I sell this, I'm going to have to repaint it for the example. And so I was like, okay, what's my number? Like, what would make it, because I can paint stuff really quick. So I was like, okay, what's the number that's going to make sense to where I won't mind to go home and then repaint this painting. And the number to me was $75 because I'm like, I can easily paint this painting in like 40 minutes. So if he gives me $75, that's worth it to me. So I literally was like, okay, $75. And he's like, deal. And I was like, crap, now I gotta go home and paint it. But it was awesome because I was able to make $75 pretty easy. So yes, I do sell demo if people ask. And then extra canvases, if I've pre-traced, I am always a person who would rather have extra pre-traced than trying to frantically trace it when they show up. Like, I'm just that person. So if I have extra pre-traced, I'll either keep them if it's a popular painting, or I'll just paint over them and do other things with them.
Yeah, and I think to add on to that, I saw this question yesterday, I don't think we got to it, but if we have a prepay event, we have their canvas traced and their paint's ready and all the stuff's there, a lot of times we'll just send that home with their friends that made it, like if the painter couldn't make it, or the event organizer will know the people and we can just kind of make a little kit for them.
Yeah.
And that way they still get their money's worth. It's way better than having to try to refund or something like that.
Yes, because I do like no refunds. If they haven't contacted me, like they need to contact me within like 48 hours. But usually when they sign up, I have a no refund policy. So if I'm not a monster. So if like they're really sick or something happens, I'll either tell them they can get a kit and I'll send it to them or drop it off, or they can move it to the next painting event. So usually they'll move their painting or they'll just ask for a kit. And I find a lot of times that takes off the having to refund people. Okay, so real quick, just so y'all know what I'm doing, I'm about to go ahead and paint Sweet Mint here to match her top. And then after I paint Sweet Mint here, I'm going to go ahead and paint in the flower and the leaves, just a pink. Well, actually, I might go with purple on here. It'll be a surprise. So anyway, I'm just going to finish painting this up, a little bit of a color here, some block colors here, and then we're going to start outlining. So we're almost ready to go over venues. We're almost at that part. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of get my Sweet Mint here, and then I'll tell you how to find venues and how to use the magic script. So do not miss it, okay? This is going to be the most important part of the week for your business.
All right. Michelle Johnson, she says, how do you pace your parties during a live event when there are questions, interruptions, people all working at different paces, etc.?
Yeah, so a lot of times we say like I was saying yesterday, you want to say, okay, we're going to paint the headband and the flower color and the leaf. It's going to be about 2 songs for this. So you want to make sure, and this is just going to get with practice. And we've got it down pretty much now where, I mean, Bobby will know, like, he'll to the second be like, yeah, and right now she's about, like, we were doing an event one time and he was like, yeah, we're about to do the group picture. And as he's saying it, I'm literally going, everybody grab your canvas. It's time for the group picture. Like, we have it down pretty much to science of, you know, the times. We also know that it takes practice. So what you want to do is just make sure you do things with songs and you have like a fun song come on, which again, we have a paint party playlist and it's really, really great for paint parties. And we're actually coming up with a couple of more. I'm going to get a Christmas one together for this season. But anyway, so you want to say like something like, okay, you have one song to do this next part, okay? And then that way it keeps your painters going. And then you just want to walk around and just help. Like if you see somebody really struggling, just say, hey, do you need any help? And I learned my lesson a long time ago. You always want to ask permission before you immediately like grab and start painting. I accidentally did that one time because I was so used to going, oh, you want me to help? And I jumped in. And the lady just literally like backed her chair out. And because I had touched it, she thought it wasn't her work anymore. And so you do want to go, is it okay if I help? And then if they're like, oh, yes, please, then you can jump in there. Don't do the whole thing, but just kind of teach them, kind of instruct them. And then I also use my tablecloths, and I'll actually do an example here, and I'll say, hey, practice here. And so that's another way to do that as well.
Did you read that up there, or did I psychically send you that question? No? Because I was reading it, and then you started answering it. That was so weird. It was in my head. I was reading the question here, and then you answered it. Like, what do you do when people want you to help paint on their painting?
You asked me that.
I did?
Didn't he? Are we in a time warp? Didn't he ask me that?
Out, babe.
I think he asked me. Did he? I don't know. Maybe we've been too close for too long. I don't know. That's weird. I thought you asked me.
Well, maybe I should have. I was going to if I didn't.
I'm gonna do a light pink on the flowers so it kind of stands out from the red hair. That's weird.
Oh, there was a good question I saw a second ago and I can't find it now. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Oh man, I hate it when that happens. Y'all, and stay tuned. If you want to see the 7 p.m. version, it gets real delirious because I'm usually, better put together at 11 a.m. And so 7 p.m. last night, if you didn't see it, it was comical. It was very comical. So if you want some comic relief, that usually happens at the 7 p.m. live tonight, where we'll be painting her again. I'll probably do a different color hair. So
here's what I saw. I found it. Weenie Hamilton, she asked, is there a template to use to make instructions? So I thought maybe it'd give you a second to kind of talk about some of the things that you get, like the lookbook, instructions, marketing materials, all that kind of stuff.
Yes, and Paint Party Headquarters, oh my gosh. So for those of y'all that are thinking like, oh my gosh, I want to be a part of Paint Party Headquarters, that is where we have everything. I mean, literally like everything step by step. So if you're nervous, like any paintings I have, you'll have step by step that you can print. And everything's editable. So like, instructions, stuff like that's editable. Like this is ready to go for a paint party. So you just go in, you click it, you edit it, and you can make it into your stuff. And one of the things I struggled with when I was teaching full-time and was doing paint parties pretty much full-time, I'm going to go to a liner brush now and then actually, y'all, real quick, paint parties. Paint pens, not paint parties, paint pens. This is really great to bring. So as long as it's dry, you can just have your, I love that noise. Love it. You can just have them trace it. So then they don't have to try to get perfect lines. Isn't that cool? Anyway, so yes, so with Paint Party Headquarters, you can actually go in and just edit instructions. You can edit step by step, all of that kind of stuff. So it works perfect, especially for those of y'all that are doing art kits. Because, some of you say, well, I don't know if I'm the best painter. Well, if you're selling an art kit, you technically are just selling a kit. Like you just go into Paint Party headquarters and print everything off and then put it together. So we really try to make it very, very like grab friendly, like just to grab it and go. And I'm going to actually start outlining all of this. So on the eyes, because I can see the Sharpie still, I'm just going to kind of put my hand down and just start adding the eyelashes. And then also we have a lookbook. This has been a game changer. So for those of you that are inside of Paint Party headquarters, you already know this right here is crazy. So you can actually, what we advise people to do is to take this lookbook and drop it off at all your local places. It's almost like a catalog for what they can choose. So inside Paint Party headquarters, you literally have access to every single one of these paintings. So if somebody goes, oh my gosh, I really want to do this one for Halloween, then you can go into Paint Party headquarters, grab the tracers, the supply list, the step-by-step instructions, everything, tutorial, all of that. It's so, so crazy. So this is like all been put together for you. And then you can actually send, give this to people. I highly recommend that you get it and you put your information here and then you go drop these off at dentist office, at doctor's offices, all of that. So it's kind of like a game changer to make you be the person who stands out in the crowd of your area. Okay, so I'm going to grab this and start doing like my little dots. Now here is where I want to get a little bit more creative, and I know we're running out of time, so I'm going to speed it up, but I love the idea of putting fun things in here. So like if you want to add words. Okay, so I actually wrote dreener, but I meant to write dreener. So if you're writing in cursive and you're doing an N,
there were so many of us, including myself, that were so proud of you, and then you tore it down. You just said editable right.
Editable. Oh, I did!
Yes.
Yay!
And then you spelled dreener.
I said editable right, and then I spelled dreener. That's what happens.
I love it.
So my dreener is very excited. So I'm actually going to write another word of her, and then I'm going to not spell it wrong. I'm going to put on here worthy. I love that. Let's see if I can spell it right. Just not go cursive. That's maybe the... Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me do a couple more outlining here, and then we're going to move on to the magic script. So let me get this outlined, and then while I'm outlining, Bobby, if you want, do you want to answer a question or do a door prize?
Oh yeah, let me find a question that I can answer.
Okay.
I can't answer that. Okay, I think I can answer this. So Mary McManus says, what paint pens do you use? And we use Posca pens. Is that right?
Yeah, good job.
Posca pens.
You can get them off Amazon.
And they're kind of expensive. I've just been told this. I don't know. But they're kind of expensive. That's what she always says. And so we make sure that as helpers at a paint party, that their canvases are dry before they try to use the pens. So I'll have to, I was about to say holler. I don't holler at anybody. But if I see somebody going to use it and they haven't let their paint dry, I'll usually try to stop them and say, hey, wait just another couple minutes or so, let that dry, because it will ruin the pens, and then we can't use them again. So we try to really watch that, and I think
sometimes we don't even.
They're expensive.
Yeah, because I'm at the party and I'm like, don't give it to them till their paint's dry.
It's always in our pre-painting briefing.
Yes, we always have like a little team meeting before the paint party. And kind of go over, I think that's very important when and I saw earlier somebody said, what was the biggest paint party you've ever done? So I've taught hundreds. So like, especially at Paint Party Business Live, we'll have 200 people at Paint Party Business Live. And so you can actually just make sure, sometimes like when you're giving supplies out, sometimes like we don't give glitter out till the end just because it messes up their paintings if they do it sooner.
Very true.
Okay, we're about to get to the magic script here in just a few. Let's answer just a couple more.
A lot of love for the lookbook. That's definitely something to love on.
Yes.
You're right. It's a game changer. Let's see. A lot of good, the people loving the positive information, like on the sun, the quotes.
Oh, good. I can't wait to see what they write. You know what I mean?
I know, because like you write Dreamer quite a bit on stuff.
Well, I'm
Worthy's
a dreamer.
new for you. I haven't seen you write that on something.
Worthy, like, I love the I am worthy. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I didn't realize how much I struggled with this until a few years ago. Like, I didn't feel like I was worthy of success. I mean, I don't know if any of y'all can relate, and I know this is getting a little deep here and a little, off subject, but I think it really goes hand in hand. If you don't feel like you're worthy for something, then, a lot of times we sabotage our success because we don't feel worthy. Or if something's starting to go right, then all of a sudden, we, again, figure out a way to sabotage. So I was in that position for a long time where I did not feel worthy. Like, so cowboy boots are like my thing. I love a new pair of cowboy boots. And on our, our 15th wedding anniversary, because me and Bobby have been married, it'll be 26 years this summer.
Woo, let's go.
Let's go. All perfect. No, I'm just kidding. Anybody who's been married longer than 12 minutes knows. But anyway, so we get along pretty good, don't we?
I think so.
For the most part. So anyway, he actually bought me this pair of boots from one of my favorite companies, Junk Gypsy, and they were almost $500. And I remember just being like, oh my gosh. And they were so painful. I loved them so much. They were adorable, but I would wear them to my paint parties, and then I would come home and peel them off of my feet and almost cry because I was in so much pain. And I was like, I love these boots so much. We spent so much money on them. I can't even, I just felt like not worthy enough to even own them. And then I definitely did a lot of work on myself and a lot of realizing, no, wait, I am worthy for a pair of boots. I'm worthy for that. And it took me a long time to get to that space. And especially whenever I started having, we're all comfortable. Tomorrow you'll hear my bankruptcy story. We're all comfortable in the struggle. And everybody around us is real comfortable when we're in the struggle. But when we really start having success, it not only kind of rocks us to our core because we're not used to success, but it also rocks people around you. And so what I found was I was really, really struggling with how to balance that, how to have success, but also be thankful for it. And so I'm a big proponent in therapy. I don't go a lot, but when I go, I feel like it's very necessary. And I remember I was talking to a therapist, and I was just like, I was in tears, and I was like, I'm so scared I'm going to mess up what God's given me. And she said, and I'll never forget this, and it's changed my ways of thinking about success. She said that, okay, so what if a friend was going to give you a gift, right? Would you tell them thank you, or would you just be like, nope, here's your gift back, I don't want that, right? So all of y'all that are getting door prizes, you're not going to send it back to me and say, nope, don't want it, Heidi, that was stupid, right? No, you're going to be like, thanks for the gift. The same thing is with us, right? So she said, you need to thank God for the gift. He's giving you a gift. You need to be thankful for it. And so, it's all the things I'd been praying for so many years. And then when it happened, I felt like, oh my gosh, who am I to have this? Who am I to be able to go out and buy a pair of cowboy boots? Who am I to have this success in this paint party business? Oh, who am I to have 40 people show up and pay me? I had all these doubts. And then when she said it like that, I was like, oh, God has given me this gift. And instead of being thankful, I'm terrified. I'm scared. I'm not being wise because I'm so scared. And so it kind of released me and let me go, wait a minute, I need to be thankful for this gift. Instead of being like, oh, and this almost a burden, it was like, okay, because we're all comfortable in the struggle. When we're not in the struggle, then it's like, oh, what is happening? And then we start to self-sabotage. So make sure that you are worthy. And now I know I'm worthy. If I, want to, like I said, the Beatles write themselves a swimming pool. If I want to write myself a pair of cowboy boots and a 3 to 4 night cruise, I'm going to go out there, make the money, make it happen, and then be excited and thankful that I could do that I could, make that happen, whether it's providing for my family or, having a new pair of pink cowboy boots, whatever it looks like. So definitely, I don't know, not everybody struggles with being worthy, but I have found in my time a lot of people do. So hopefully that kind of helps you. Okay, this is the end of the painting portion. We are about to go through Janine, 53 years married. Oh my gosh. Tips, please. Let us know. Just kidding.
Highlights is one thing you didn't get.
Oh, highlights. Thank you. Oh, so you can do that with a white Posca pen. I knew I was forgetting something. White Posca pen, and then just kind of add them in. And then
that paint's dry.
I got scared. I was like, what did I do? You can add them in, all kinds of fun stuff. And y'all, just kind of look at the painting too and have fun. Wiggles. I saw somebody doing their vases yesterday with all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, just kind of add in wherever you want. And then you can also do it with a paintbrush if you want it to be a little bit more. So I hope y'all like my redhead. I'll do a new version tonight at 7 p.m. Now what we're going to do is the magic script. Okay, so we are going to talk.
Let's go!
We're going to talk magic script. I am so excited about this because this seriously can change. So a lot of people think that doing actually booking the paint parties is the hardest part, and it's not. Okay, so go ahead if you don't have Post-its. It's okay, because I think I forgot to tell you to get Post-its. But if you have Post-its, grab them. Grab a Sharpie. And then what we're going to do is a quick little 1-minute exercise. Oh, no. I did something. Sorry. I think I took away your comments. Okay, good. Okay, now I can see it. My finger slipped. Okay, so what I want you to do is if you don't have this, just grab a piece of paper. That's totally fine. And what we're going to do is we are going to write down all the places that we can have a paint party in 1 minute or less, okay? Of course, you can do this longer and have multitudes of different, paint parties, things like that. However, we're going to do this in 1 minute or less, okay? And I'm going to pick some people who are typing them out also as door prize winner or gift card winners. Okay, ready? Okay, so I'm going to set Alexa for 1 minute, and you can literally write out as many as you can and just put them on there. And I'm going to put this like here. All right, so Alexa, set the alarm for 1 minute.
1 minute, starting now.
Okay, so country clubs. Okay. Oh, barns. I have painted in a barn, so I know. Gym floors. I've painted in a gym floor. I'm just going to start writing down all the ones I've done and continue to do. Wineries. Breweries. Ah! I'm nervous. What else? Churches. Oh, I see Loretta Lynn going in. Coffee shops. Yes, coffee shops. Oh, marinas. Woo! It's a timer. It's making me nervous. Schools. Distilleries.
Yeah, no, that's all I have.
Banks. You can do banks. Oh, doctor's offices. I do a yearly event with the doctor's office. I have for years. And they always give me a present. It's so sweet. Oh, Alexa, stop. Okay, that was just in 1 minute. Literally in 1 minute. In 1 minute, we got all of these as options. In 1 minute. Okay, now I see Tammy, doctor's office, Lori, parks, Kelly, fire station, Tina, vet clinic, Brandy Collins Community Center, Kelly, home, yes, workout places, outside parks, gyms. The list is endless, okay? So we're actually going to pick 2 people that are putting out ideas right now because I want you to see the potential. RV parks, all of these different places. I want you to see that it is endless. If there is a place with air, you can host a paint party, okay? So let's go ahead and pick 2 people, Bobby. Oh, Renee Jenkins is number 1 because I see a whole big old paragraph. Just use Renee Jenkins. You're good. Renee Jenkins, email support at texasartandsoul.com. We'll get you a gift card. Okay, pick another one.
I'm going to go with Laura Oswald Simmons. Because she
Laura,
thinks like me.
what'd she say?
How do you protect and clean the floors?
Laura Oswald Simmons will answer that question and also send you a gift card. That's funny. So, what I do is I bring baby wipes and I bring paper towels. And usually I'll do a little intro that says something like, hey, by the way, if you get paint on the floor, you're not in trouble. Just let me know so I can get down there and clean it as soon as possible. I have in the past have used like a tablecloth, but what happens is people trip. And I would rather have a little paint on the floor and get that off as quick as possible than to have people trip. It's just a better scenario. So really just watching and keeping an eye on things, it's really not too big of a deal. And I think that's one of the big things is making sure you're watching and kind of just, making sure everybody's good. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so we have all of our stuff here. What we have right now is we are about to be posting a 5-minute video, okay? It's going to be in the featured. It is going to walk you through exactly, in just a second we'll do homework, but it's going to walk you through exactly how to book your party step by step using the magic script. So my team is going to type this out and actually put this in the pinned comments so that you could grab it. But here is the magic script, okay? And so I want to see who is going to accept this challenge and who is going to send 5 messages. You okay over there? Who's going to send 5 messages out starting today, okay? And here's the message you're going to send. Hi, my name is Heidi. Don't send Heidi unless it's a really big venue, then I travel. Okay, hi, my name is Heidi and I teach step-by-step paintings. I would love to teach at your restaurant or your country club or your gym or wherever on a slow night. And this part's so important. You have to put this question because something mentally, it makes them answer the question versus just reading it. Do you have time to talk this week? Thanks, Heidi. And then I attach 2 on-trend paintings. What paintings do you think I'm going to attach? Or the flowers or the porch leaner or whatever. You have them. You're doing them. Okay? Renee accepts the challenge. So who is going to accept this challenge? I'll read it again. You're going to literally watch the 5-minute video that we are posting. Okay? And I cannot wait to see your comments. I want to see post when you get one back. Here is a caveat. It works really, really good. Sometimes too good. Okay? I had one lady one time, she booked 17 parties. And I said, no! Once you get one party booked, you stop sending the message. Okay? This message truly works. Okay? So once you get one party and in this 5-minute video, I want you to pinky promise or say challenge accepted that you're going to watch this 5-minute video. This 5-minute video is being posted now to our group. So it'll be up in the featured. And then right here we have the team. I think the team posted. Let's see. Yes, thank you. Awesome. Okay, I just pinned the comment. So we have the team that posted, and that magic script, I want you to use it word for word. Just change it out just a smidge on if it's a country club or a women's event. But it's, hi, my name is Heidi, or whatever your name is, and I teach step-by-step paintings. I would love to teach at your place of business on a slow night. Do you have time to talk this week? Thanks, Heidi. And then 2 on-trend paintings. The flowers, your new beautiful every woman, whatever. And that's it. You don't say, it costs $35. It happens on, you don't give all that information. People are busy, okay? You want to keep it short and sweet to the point. Then wait. If they don't say anything, not the end of the world. It's okay. But usually out of 10 messages, you'll usually hear 1 back, a yes. I've had people that, actually Tammy Muto on here, she sent 5 messages one time and got all 5 responses as yes. I was like, stop sending messages. Next is butts in the seat, prepays. So anyway, so if you want to accept that challenge, please put challenge accepted, that you're going to watch that 5-minute video that is being posted now. And then you're going to send the magic script to 5 people. And then I want to see all of you that end up booking, please let us know. I would love to report back tomorrow. Oh my gosh, Linda got a booking. Oh my gosh, Rebecca got a booking. Like, I want to see that. So let me know if you're going to watch that video and if challenge is accepted. And I cannot wait for you to book your party. So let's go ahead and recap. We painted the Every Woman. I will be here again at 7 p.m. if you want to watch it live again. Then your homework. Okay, here's your homework for the night. We have painting your painting. Post a photo of the places that you are going to contact. So you can take a picture of your Post-its or you can take a picture of your sheet. The reason this is important is because I want y'all to look at each other's notes to know, oh my gosh, I didn't even think of a brewery. Let me put that on my sheet, right? Then you're going to set your alarm for tomorrow at 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. Central, whichever one works for you, because I'm going to be painting the porch sign, okay? And I'm going to be telling my bankruptcy story tomorrow while I'm doing the porch sign. And then you're also going to be kind. And when you post, just take a couple of minutes and comment on 3 other people's. Something kind, okay? Remember, kindness is so important here. All right, I hope this was helpful. Again, thank you so much for being a part of the Flower Fest. Remember, as you're painting these, we will be picking winners on Tuesday of next week to get the 8,000 crystal cups, which are unreal. And so we're going to be picking people who participate and actually do this stuff. So please let me know in the comments if this was helpful to you, maybe what your favorite part was. And then I will see y'all all at the next one. All right, bye y'all.
Bye.